Now let's take a look the lottery entry program. As I have mentioned in the part 2, the Super Lotto and the Mega Million, each one of them will have a superclass lottery entry. So that means Super Lotto it inherit some of the method and the property from superclass, which is lottery entry. So actually in the super lotto, we don't need to write a lot. For example, the only thing we need to write specific for this super lotto is the message, the description, printed out, okay? And then the next draw day, because we know the difference is the Super Lotto and the Mega Million. Super Lotto is a draw on every Wednesday and Saturday, and Mega Million is on every Tuesday and Friday, right? So those are the little different thing, right? Same thing in the Mega Million. We are doing the same thing. You're gonna write a logic for that, but that's a little bit different because this one is Tuesday and Friday. The other one is Super Lotto is Wednesday and Saturday, right? So now they all extended from the lottery entry program, right? They all extended. You can see this is a Mega Million. Then we go to Super Lotto. They also extended from here, right? This is the concept of inheritance, right? So let's take a look at the super class. The super class, the lottery entry program, right here, we know we're defining a class called lottery entry, okay? And all the method and property, everything, we just put it in here, okay? And I'm gonna give you this program too. But also, we also have another keyword right here we introduced. It's called struct, right? The struct usually in the old day, we don't have the class, but we have the struct. Struct is a basic data structure data type we use in the C programming language, right? But in the suite, we have a struct and we have a class. The basic difference is like struct is like you're telling me you have, what kind of element, the data, the variable in it. But you don't create the object. You don't initiate the object. Ideally, you don't initiate the object with this method, with the property, which is the variable you're storing the data in there. You don't instantiate that. So the class and the struct is a little bit different, okay? But I also use the struct right here, defining the lottery entry day, and then no, sorry, lottery entry day right here, and then we call it's called lottery entry data, and then with 5 drawing number and then one of the mega number, right? That's the structure I define, okay? And then this one is defining as a private. That means this is only used within this class, right? This private is inside this class, and then the private variable I call the lottery entry data. Lottery entry data is just, this structure, okay? And then I'm defining a number array. What the number array does is it holds 5 number, right? The 5 number, it's an array of integer. We put it, 5 of them together, so it's an array, right? Okay, this is the init program. It actually in the class, every class always have a default or base class init program, but you can always override the init in your extended inherit from that extended classes. You can write some kind of init program to do some of the setting of the initial value or clear the value, set the value to be the 0 or null or empty, something like that, right? And then there's another function in the lottery entry program. It's called get day of the week. Get day of the week, basically just saying you're passing in the parameter, which is today's day, and what it does is it come out to be a number. That number basically tells us saying today is a Saturday, right? But in the system, the current system in the Swift, the number for the weekday is from Sunday counting as 1, Monday is 2, Tuesday is 3, Wednesday is 4, Thursday is 5, Friday is 6, and Saturday is a 7, right? And this number is a little bit different than when we was doing the Objective-C from Apple. I think that time the numbering system is from 0 to 6, but now it's 1 to 7. Okay, so based on returning the integer number, we can say if you give me a number 4, then I would say number 4 is Wednesday. If you give me a number 2, I would say number 2 is a Monday. If you give me a number 7, I say that's a Saturday, right? Okay, so the init with entry day, basically what this does is you can carry in a day. Okay, once you get the draw day of today as a drawing day for the Super Lotto or Mega Millions, you pass that day in here, and then you also pass the maximum number for the Super Lotto, for the lucky number is like 1 to 40 something, and this one is probably 1 to 25, something like that. The Mega Million maximum number can be 1 from 1 to 25, right? Because Mega Million super number, this number pass in a different. But earlier I did say that this two number you can also define it, in the Super Lotto or Mega Million instead of in the main, right? Okay. So in this logic, what we have is I'm defining a two array. One is the array which is when I get the 5 number. Let's say I'm getting number 1. Let's say so first number I'm getting a number 5, and then number 2, and then number 7, number 9, number 11. That would be fine. 5 different numbers. Each one of them are unique, right? But for example, if you draw a number from the random number generator, you get number 1, and then the next one you get number 1. That's not right, because 5 numbers should be different. So whenever you get a number 1, somehow in the earlier within those 5 numbers, you get the number 1 before, that's a duplicate. In that duplicate, that doesn't count. You have to get another number. And so that means that there's a little bit comparison in there. So for example, if you get number 5, that's good, you store that. You get number 2, that's good, you store that. And then the next one, you get number 5 again. Sorry, that doesn't count. So the third number, you have to redraw again. Let's say you redraw, you get number 2. No, number 2 already occurred. No, you get again. Random number, give you number 5, still not work. Give you number 2, still not. Okay, the next time get number 7. Okay, it worked. So the third number is a 7. And then you go to the fourth position, you get number 2. No. You get number 5. No. You get number 7. No. You get number 2. No. Until you get a new number, right? Which is different than the previous, the 3 number, which is 5, 2, and 7, right? So the logic right here is basically just saying I set a flag. It's called number duplicate. This is a true and false. Whenever it's a duplicate, that's true. It's not duplicate, that's false. So in this while loop, I'm looping through 5 times, right? And what I have is I have a random number generator. This one is giving me the range or the maximum highest number it can be for that lucky number. I use that to generate a random number, right? And once we get the random number, we're gonna see it, the try. What the try means, that means it's try is let me know that how many number I already get it in the array. The array is supposed to have a 5 number, right? And in here, I do a comparison. I say if the number is not equal to the number currently I'm looking at in the array, right? Then I say this is a good number. That means if it's not, then that means I'm getting a new number, right? Okay, if they are not the same with that. Otherwise, I'm just saying, oh, I'm getting if these two numbers are the same, I'm getting a duplicate number. Whenever I'm getting a duplicate number, they say, it's not right. I'm not going to increment the count of this number. I'm going to just coming down here, skip this one because this one is going to be true. Then you're going to come back to the while loop. You're going to stay in the same position, okay? And then what happened? It's going to be just, re-getting another number. And then starting this comparison again, okay? So what it does is this loop is basically just checking whether I'm getting a new number, whether the new number is equivalent to the previous 1 number or previous 2 or previous 3 or previous 4, right? because maximum is a 5 number. So we go through all this loop and getting the number, no matter how many times we try. The luckiest time is you just do it 5 times, right? You 5 different number. But when you get one duplicate, that means you're going through the loop 6 times. If you get the 2, 3 times, that means you're going to go through that 5 plus 3, 8 times, or 5 plus 2, 7 times. So it's kind of like, how many times you go through it doesn't matter. Once you get to this number out of this while loop, the number array is going to have a 5 number. And then we just call number array dot sorted. The sorted basically sort the 5 integer number in array and assign to this new array. In that case, the number is sorted. Like right here, you look at here, 3, 5, 9, 23, 34, right? It's all in ascending order. It's all in ascending order, every one of the line, okay? So this line magically sorted 5 number, right? And then once we're done with that, we get the sorted number from the array location in the array from the 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, assigning those 5 number out. And then we also, at the end, we need, at the end, like 19 right here, that's called mega number. Then we will get the mega number to return it here, okay? So basically that's it, right? And then here is a whole bunch of 6 or 7 routine method right here. What it does is, because I'm defining those entry date, the first number, only local to this as a private member, which is only accessible by any method defining in this classes. So in case any other method, not this method, not in this class, they want to get the number, I have to, instead of directly referencing to this variable, I would call this function, right? So this is what we usually call is setter or getter message. We have learned that, right? Setter is you setting the value. Getter, like this is all the getter to get the value to return. So, but you can write a code if you directly reference to led dot something, right? It's not going to get it because it's it's a private, you're not able to touch it. And the good feature of that is a programmer can defining all the method in their program and set all the variable right here to be a private. And what it does is that anybody else who write in the team, right? There's another programmer who really want it, they have to call the getter and setter message. There's no way to grab the data directly comes in if you're the one only checking the code or save the code and develop the code yourself, okay? The last thing I want to talk about that is the bump to the next day. Basically just saying is if today is a Saturday, a bump to the next day is like I offset the date by 1 day, offset the value by 1 day. And you get today's day, let's say May 4th. And then the day returning, it's going to be May 5th. Okay, so that is the lottery entry program. In the next video, I'm going to talk a little bit about the implementation of this Mega Million and the Super Lotto, what I'm asking you to do to write that little piece of code. And the major thing is you need to understand this is the object-oriented programming. I want you to understand the inheritance. Okay. Thank you.